Good day, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Archers Circle. My name is Alata Olasende, aka Phoenix, and I'm co-hosting with.
Aliyu Abubakar, aka Boslinger. Don't forget the Garga. Aliyu Abubakar Garga, aka Boslinger.
Well, on this particular episode, we have not just a renowned archer, one of the people that made it possible for a lot of archers to come on board. He's done quite a lot in the archery world. Our guest in the house is.
My name is Emmanuel Oyeleke. Pleasure to meet you guys.
So, guys, this is a
AKA waiting. Hold on.
okay.
AKA
Let's
everybody
get
don't
the
give
AK.
AKA.
Everybody has AK.
AKA waiting.
I know one, cha.
You know French.
I know French.
There's a history to there's a history behind French. So
There's a lot of history behind that, but we'll not get into that.
We will get to that.
What is your
Okay.
problem?
We need to get to
Okay.
that.
Let's start this thing now. Okay, so Mr. Frenchie, as we fondly call him, is with us today, and of course, it's not easy to get his time because he's a very busy person. Apparently, the national championships have brought us together, and definitely he will have a lot of talking to do about preparation, to the championships and the aftermath of the championship. But before we get into that, we want Frenchie, Emmanuel Oyeleke, to tell us how he came into archery and what his experiences has been so far.
All right. Thank you so much. Archery has been a big journey for me. Starting from the scratch. How did I come into archery? I think the story is one of I would say a life story because I've always been very involved in sports, but not necessarily archery from the scratch. I played chess, I played badminton, and I played Scrabble, but I played Scrabble at the most professional level. Fun fact, I was saying it recently that Nigeria is the number one Scrabble playing nation in the world. Not a lot of people know that, but you can Google it. Yeah, so it's very
That's
very
very interesting.
yeah, very interesting. That's a sport as obscure as that, and we're like world powers on the world stage, and I feel like that's the same thing that we can do with archery. Long story short, I used to play Scrabble. I was on scholarship throughout my university, playing Scrabble
Here in Nigeria.
here in Nigeria,
interesting to
private
know.
university. So 3 years, I went in through direct entry to 200 level from the Polytechnic. 3 years from 200, 300, and 400 level, I wasn't paying school fees at a private university because I was playing Scrabble. Sports is very dear to me. I'm very passionate about sport because I feel like it has the power to change lives.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was the same spirit I started archery with. I started archery as a result of a quest to find a sport that I could do alone and not necessarily with a teammate or competing with others. And that was why I was looking for it. I found Mr. Ladi Alakmini made a tweet about, what's it called, archery in Nigeria in 2012. And I found the tweet in 2017.
Wow.
I think it was the only tweet on his Twitter handle at
Wow.
that point. I found it.
5 years later.
Yes, I found it 5 years later. I found this number somewhere on the internet. I was researching. I found articles about archery in Nigeria. I found a lot of things. And I called him and he said, "Oh, okay, well, this is interesting that, well, he'll come back to Nigeria in 1 year. And if I can wait for him, then he will teach me archery." I was like, "What? Well, what am I doing with my life? I'll wait." Lo and behold, he came back in 2018. And since 2018 till now, I've never looked back. He still called me today to ask about things, how things are going. And it's always a reminder that you start from somewhere.
Exactly.
I learned from him. I pretty much, when he came to Nigeria, he trained a few people and I was part of the class. And eventually in 2023, I started my own club. That's the Zen Archery Club, which is growing now. Before 2023, we've attended a few competitions, national championships in Abuja, a few other private competitions. archery club competitions. I think I've only missed one, and then what I missed is last year
Yeah.
because I couldn't be around for so many reasons. So it's been a really really good journey for me, and I'm grateful to be on this journey. It's not the end of the road.
Of course,
There's a lot
definitely.
of things to still achieve, and I look forward to doing those things with everyone.
Also,
But
now, when given the answer, you mentioned two things that are vital. Uh, I'll take them one after the other. Now, number one, you said you went to school on a scholarship.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
It's very interesting to know that we have this in Nigeria. I've
absolutely.
never heard about it in
Oh,
Nigeria before.
absolutely.
Now, my question is, does it still happen? Do we still have children school on scholarship, sports
Sports
scholarship
scholarship. Yeah.
in
Yeah,
Nigeria? Because I didn't.
absolutely. I mean, because also the sporting ecosystems, there are a lot of stakeholders. There's the government, there's the private players, there are people that are just philanthropists, the foundations, and all these people are still, I think they're still in the business of doing this. I know personally, on a personal level, I have people that I know in Lagos that are giving sports scholarship, even for talents to go to the US for
Yeah. At least
athletics and
I
stuff.
think we both know
I
one.
yes, I know of people that have used their personal money to do this for people. So I think it's just being open-minded and being observant of such opportunities to because there it's all this happens in every university around the world. It also happens in Nigeria. All you need to do is just make sure you're developed or discovered as a talent. I know that in the polytechnic where I was, the chief coach used to scout for players, and the catch for them is, oh, if you start playing for the school and you make good what's it called, you win good medals,
Yeah.
there will be bursary for you, there will be
Oh,
scholarships for you. Schools still
still
do
do
it,
that.
and I believe it's a program that is even worth paying more attention to. uh, I mean, I have experienced it. I want a lot of other people to also experience it, and that is one of the reasons why we started our own foundation.
Awesome.
That's the Zen Archery Sports Foundation, which and those are some of the things we're doing. I'm sure you've seen talents like uh, Gabriel. Gabriel is a youngster that's, I mean, enjoyed the scholarship of the foundation in order to be here today, and you can see the results
That's
of
great.
what we're getting. So yeah, there's a lot more that can be done.
Interesting. So,
Yes.
of course, we'll take it if time permits us. We'll
Yeah.
take it, one by one. I want you to share with the viewers, besides your passion for archery, what was your first um national and international pally, in archery, and how did it pan out for you?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic to ask that question. I feel like my first national pally would be in 2020 or 2019. I'm not sure. I think it would be in 2020. It was a judges or it was an archery workshop stroke national championship also, and obviously that was my first time meeting all the other archers from around. uh I think I did well. uh I think I did have enough time to stay throughout the program, but I also tried as much as possible to make my impact felt. It happened in an indoor hall, so I think it was an indoor distance that was done.
18
Yeah.
meters.
Yeah, I think it was thereabouts. I can't remember what the performance was. I can't remember what my first performance was, but I know that I won a medal
Yeah.
at that event. I also remember vividly because I'd never appeared on the archery scene before, especially to the officials of the National Federation. Seeing me and just with my bow and everything, everybody was surprised. And obviously, I was being taught things that I knew before, but I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna listen and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna learn. I'm just gonna. I remember back then it was an interesting experience, but I knew that I had to really quickly leave. I think the next year was one of the biggest also that we did. was also again in Abuja. It was held at the was it
Stadium.
yeah, it was at the stadium
Was the
too.
stadium, yeah?
But I can't remember if it was the hockey pitch.
It
I
was a
think it
hockey
was the
pitch.
hockey pitch.
It was a
Yes,
hockey pitch, yeah.
yeah, it was
It
the
was
hockey
hockey pitch.
pitch. It was
Yeah,
a
outdoor. It
bigger
was a bigger event with
event.
the Nigerian
Yes,
Police Force and the Armed Forces.
yes.
I
Armed
remember that,
forces
yeah.
and everybody. And I think at that moment I won the tournament in my own category, and I feel like it's been really good since then. And in 2020, we linked up, and then 2022
Two,
actually
yeah.
linked up and went to South Africa together
Yeah.
to the African Championships, and
Championships.
I think that was when we started really seeing,
Seeing,
what archery is really
it's
like
like,
on the
yeah,
international
that
scene.
was our first
It was a
big
first
exposure.
experience,
Yeah.
and it was very vital. I think it was very vital to the growth and the what's it called, enlightenment of the archery knowledge that we have back in Nigeria. And I think from then on, I mean onward, I think we started really progressing and pursuing excellence in all the things that we have done. There have just been a few others after that, but I'll just limit
Yeah.
my
So
experience to that.
still on that, 2023,
Yes,
was very interesting for you
yes,
because that was the first time on an international podium.
yes,
How
yes.
did that feel?
It was really good. I felt like I could have given better. I felt like I could have shot better. But it was a special occasion for me. And it was even more special because of all the challenges we faced.
Yeah.
It didn't come on a platter of gold. It came through sweat, through a lot of challenges, equipment failures,
Yeah.
travel restrictions, lots of issues happened that any sane person would have given up
Given
and
up.
said, you know what, let's just leave it at, let's. I mean, it's God, it's fate that we are not going to go. But
So
against all odds, we made it happen, and we stood on the podium together, and it was just beautiful because at that point also, we made a very big mark in South Africa. But to see us again in 2022 in Tunisia,
2023.
Nigerian 2023 Tunisia, the Nigerian team,
Yeah.
we became the life of the party. We became the talk of like
Yeah.
the archery circles
Yeah.
around Africa, and it was really good to see the camaraderie and the atmosphere that trails such big sporting events like the African Championships. It was really good. It became a sense of pride of country for us, flying the Nigerian flag and doing Nigeria proud. But at the same time, I think it was also worthy of introspections to see how far we've come from the little beginnings, from the humble beginnings, and how much we've achieved with given the little resources that we have, given the little leeway that we had. So I think it was really a proud moment for me and for all of us.
I think I really appreciate the fact that you spoke about the challenges we had,
Yeah.
especially in 2023, and that was like the first time that had like utmost respect for Emmanuel as a team captain. So we had, of course, you had mentioned we had
Yeah.
an issue, equipment failure, and the speed to which he thought that through and was able to come through for us to be able to complete that particular game. I still applaud it. Like
Yeah.
till tomorrow.
I've been quiet, but now I want to know what really happened. I think our viewers, what really happened?
Well, I feel like there were lots of issues even leading to the tournament in itself.
Yeah.
Every professional archer knows that when you're going to a competition of that magnitude, you need two bows. You need a bow
Backup.
and a spear.
Yeah.
But scratch that. Let's go back to the beginning. It was tough getting travel, what's it called, arrangements made. It was tough getting visas made, just the same way it happened in South Africa, where I got a visa just a day before the tournament started. It was the same thing for us in Tunisia, where we didn't get our visas approved on time. It was tough. It was destabilizing at some point, but we made it through. But what really happened was equipment failure, even on the line. Just when we were supposed to go and shoot, he was supposed to go and shoot a semi-final match, I guess.
Yeah.
His bow
Exploded.
and
And
yeah.
the crazy thing about that particular explosion was when you knocked your arrow and you pull, you draw to fire, and the arrow left and still hit the butt,
Yeah.
but it exploded. So we couldn't really explain
What had happened
Yeah.
at that time, and it was just a quick thinking. We had to really find a way to solve the problem. Have another teammates
Mm.
spare the ball. We had to change the draw
Draw
length of the
length,
ball. We had to change the stabilizers and made things happen. Find out where, in terms of the sighting, where he could shoot, and that was how it was able to still compete. Otherwise, we would have been disqualified.
Yeah.
Because I think it was a team.
Yeah, it was a
match.
team match.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
yeah, we would have been disqualified at that event, and it was just a reality check.
For
that,
me,
you
it
know,
was just the
wow.
composure
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
had, because he just kept looking at me and telling me, calm down. So at that time, there are other things happening,
Yes.
outside noises. He knew I was listening, and that would discourage me. He just kept saying, focus on me. Just forget about the outside noise. Focus on me, forget about us. And really, that helped us. Anyways, we're glad, we were able to bring back the medals. And of course, just like he said, archery has grown to this point.
Tremendously, yes.
So I think we just need to, keep pushing forward.
Now, talking about your personal growth for this time frame, like almost every other Nigerian archer, most of us, almost all of us started from the scratch. Here, we believe in Nigeria that Bebo is the starting point for every archer. And it has been the tradition. It's the tradition right now.
Yeah.
So I know of when you were shooting Bebo, but I just know a little about that time frame.
Yes.
So when I got into archery, you were more of an Olympic record person.
Yeah.
And then I think a year or 2 years down the line, I think it was in 2022.
2022.
2022.
Is that right?
Yeah,
It's
Victoria.
November. Yeah.
Then you transitioned to
I acquired a compound bow, and the story is very funny.
Yeah.
I went to South Africa looking to buy a bow, a recurve bow for myself,
Yeah.
and I got to South Africa, and all the shops didn't have
recurve
recurve
bows,
bows.
just compound bows.
Everybody stopped. You would find, if you wanted 500 compound
Compound
bows,
bows,
you could get
But no recurve bow.
no recurve bow.
So they do a lot of hunting. The hunting season
Yeah.
in South Africa.
Interesting.
So yeah.
We went to all the archery shops. That's Archers Edge. We went to Steppi's, what's it called? What's the name of the Magnum Archers?
Yeah.
We went everywhere. We couldn't get it.
Now,
Recurve.
you know the saying that is it disappointments, every disappointment?
There's a
So
blessing.
you can imagine that is what led to him.
Yeah, and it
becoming
was
a
just a
compound bow
case
archer.
of, well, you could actually try the compound. I'm like, okay, let me try. And trust Vince.
Yeah.
Vince was like, oh, you're such a natural. Have you been shooting this before? I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it's my first time trying it. And that was it. I picked up a compound bow and I never looked back.
So professionally, he's a compound bow archer. He's not one of. He is the most leading, if I can say that, compound bow archer. Because if not for this recent event, I don't think Emmanuel Oyeleke has ever.
I think in the past 3 years I've not been defeated.
Yes.
Until
Until
today.
The undisputed champion.
Yeah, but I hated it. I hated it. I don't know who was speaking to me. Maybe it was you. It was you when we were talking about a list, or I don't know who I was talking to, and I'm like, well, there's a very high chance.
Okay,
that
it was
this
me,
guy,
it
it
was
was
me,
you.
it was me, yeah.
There's a very high chance that this guy is
Yeah.
there because at the range they shoot well.
Yeah.
They shoot exceptionally
well.
Even today they didn't shoot well.
Yeah.
Everybody obviously is their first time on the
It's
stage.
different today.
Yeah, it's very different.
today.
Extremely different.
So we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Can we let the viewers know what happened
today was the final day of the National Archery
2026
Archery Championships in Nigeria, and a lot of things happened, and it was really
So,
good.
for the benefit of, for clarity, wonderful viewers, every year the Nigerian Archery Federation, hosts the nationals. It's an open championship for all the archers across the country, and as expected, every archer is supposed to attend this event because the grading, your position in the archery community, in the ranking of archers in Nigeria, will be figured out on your performance, based on your performance in this competition. So today happens to be the last day of that this event. We had the closing ceremony a few hours ago, and it was a splendid event. So what they are talking about is today is such a different day because um, some of the top people, people that won this event are basically almost newcomers. So we the oldies are gradually being shown the way. Like,
Out of
go and start coaching. Go and
out
start
of the
coaching.
jump, yeah. And it's such a beautiful thing
Yes, it
because
is. It is. It's
I,
actually
I
very
I I
Because
said
interesting.
it's
yeah,
something
Yeah.
that's is really
that just
commendable.
tells you that the
There's
sport
growth.
is growing. Yeah,
Yes, it
yeah,
is. It's
Yeah.
really amazing.
interesting to see.
Aha! I wanted to ask this question, right?
Yes.
Because you started archery longer than I did.
Yes.
Asad, when you started, can you actually recall roughly how
Yes.
many archery clubs
Yes.
and associations we had as at when you started?
How many archery clubs did we have when I started? I think when I started, we only had a handful. We didn't have the proliferation that we have now. When I started, I know of. Obviously, I started with Lekki Archers. I know of all the. I mean, the police team in Lagos has a very. They still have a very vibrant club. I know of the Ogun State Archery Association, all the parastatals. The army was there at the point. Correctional facilities was there at the point. Um, yeah, a lot of the parastatals, Navy, Air Force, used to send representatives. Not as many as we
You
have
have it
now.
now.
Yes, but it was always there, and I mean, I think it's just commendable how far we've come. And I think that's the only way for us to grow it, especially even in the parastatals. If you don't have people that are passionate about the sport at the helms of affair,
Mm.
it might never grow.
True.
And it's the same for us, paying the ultimate sacrifice of pioneering and pushing the agenda of archery forward in our own immediate environment. I think it's quite
Now,
important.
talking about how far we've come, right? I want our viewers to have a clear picture of how, when I joined archery, how very few we were, and what is the rough number of clubs and associations we have right now, if you have any idea.
Uh, I would say vaguely. Eh, let me just speculate. I would say in Lagos we have Arrows Den, we have Lekki Archers Club, we have um so I would put a rough estimate at maybe about 30 clubs and associations.
30.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yes.
Now, this to give a clear indication of how we've come. And we're just talking about a span of how many years?
4
6 years.
years, 5
No,
years,
no,
5 years.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
I started archery in 2019. I became a professional in 2020.
Yeah.
So from that time till date,
Yeah.
so you see, it's
Yeah.
just 5 years thereabout.
5, 6
So
years.
it's really very
It's commendable, yeah.
yes, it is.
We still have a lot to do.
So let's talk about the national championships. We have the Zen team, which you captained
Yes.
all the way to Abuja. Can we know how many people came with you?
Before that, can we talk about Zen Archery? So
Yeah.
tell us about Zen
Okay,
Archery.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. We can do that. Yeah.
Fun fact, Zen Archery is like my baby. I have a few expressions of my creative endeavor. Fun fact, Zen Archery is my baby. I have a few expressions of my creative endeavors. And everybody will always say, "Oh, yeah, you're giving more attention to Zen Archery, you're giving all these resources to Zen Archery." But I've always been very passionate about sports, and honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why it's very dear to my heart. Zen Archery was born out of the necessity for community to build a community of archers, especially in the immediate environs of Lagos. I was always a member of the Lekki Archers Club. I don't think my membership has been revoked, but I was always a very active member at some point because Mr. Laji Alakwini had returned to the UK. I used to drive all the way from my house to Lekki to set up uh, weekly practices and everything. But I quickly uh, when you look at it, I felt like that wasn't enough. And also, when you look at it, I was really greatly inspired by the community here in Abuja. And honestly, I thought we could never replicate what Abuja has.
Yeah.
But I mean, looking at it, I would say it was important for us to just start from somewhere and see how things will grow. There's always been, I always had this notion that Lagos was always this constant stream of activities, and people didn't have time to
Yeah.
do archery the way people would have time to do archery in a city that I felt was a bit laid back like Abuja. And I attributed the success to the fact that, okay, well, it's the environment. But I quickly realized that it was totally, my thinking was flawed.
Yeah.
Because when people are passionate enough about something, they would always create time
Great
for
time
it.
for it.
Yeah.
And that's what we've discovered with Zen Archery Club. We started, I think it was a bit different from every other, what's it called now? From a sane approach where we said, oh, we're going to be open every day. I think we have one closing day, which is Monday, which is what we started with and we maintained over the years. And it was beautiful that we started out in 2023 with just one member. And right now, as I speak to you, we have over 80 members that are members of Zen Archery.
18 or
80.
80.
Yes,
Awesome.
they're
Awesome.
members of Zen Archery Club, and it's just beautiful because our motto says for self and for community, and I think we've really lived that because everybody plays a part, everybody plays a role. We're here in Abuja now with about 15 other archers, and it's just been beautiful to see how um, there's been synergy, there's been community, there's been excitement
Friendship.
to even friendship and excitement to even meet other archers and also compete and test their abilities against the skills of all the other archers. So I think it's really really beautiful.
Awesome.
That's what we've been about. Yeah.
Okay, so like I was asking earlier, yeah, the competition, you led the team. Were 14 of you, right? Or
Yes.
14 other people.
I think
So
about
yeah, so to make it 15, and you also have a young one,
yes.
amongst you. And today, I think you've also dominated the medal table.
Yeah.
How did that come about? The preparations to, the way that you feel, the
Yeah.
proud moment.
Yeah, I think I must say that I'm incredibly proud of everyone. Like, and not to take anything away, also, I'm incredibly proud of how we've been able to come together as clubs to at least put up a befitting national championship. There are a lot of culture changes or there are a lot of culture shocks also because the way things have been done either to is not the way things will be done going forward. And we've seen a lot of progression in that front. And we only pray that there can be more and more progression and we'll never retrogress when it comes to archery in Nigeria. Uh, Preparing for this tournament, I think I was saying it today because I feel like you learn better in defeat than you learn in winning, in victory. But even in what it seems like a victory to us, uh, I'm sure you came in and you saw Toby holding his head and doing this, and that's what we've always been about. It wasn't about coming here to win. It was about coming in and showing your best, personal best. It was everybody was feeling distraught. I asked Ovo, he said, he didn't feel like he deserves the win. I'm like, what do you mean? We don't deserve what? He said, oh, yeah, because we weren't shooting at our best. Dara would say it, oh, I don't feel like I deserve. Toby will say, even when he won, obviously he had a formidable opponent, but he was clutching his hands because he felt like he was just telling me, we need to be shooting higher scores. And I'm like, oh, calm down. Progress sometimes is gradual, but it's not immediate. So
50 Cent will not agree
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
So progress is a very slow process.
Well, I mean,
Well, but
context
I get,
matters.
yes, it does.
I would say we prepare to the best of our abilities. We don't have a 50-meter range. We don't have a 70-meter range. The range that we used last year is under renovation. Tesla Balogun is under renovation, so we don't have anywhere to train for. So coming into this, it was tough because we were constantly, even as I'm here in Abuja, there's a team constantly looking and scouting for locations for us to train, and that was one of the things that we learned from this. That everybody came back to me and said, "Boss, we have to solve this 50-meter, 70-meter problem." Because coming into this, Tosin had only just what's it called? Practice of 70 meters this year.
Yeah.
This whole year, he's only been able to shoot 70 meter once.
I didn't get to practice at all.
Yeah, I mean, so
During
so
the
it's
competition.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's-
you asked about preparation.
Oh, yes,
So
yes, yes,
obviously
yes.
it's been really scrappy.
I don't
at
like.
best.
I don't like when Ali gets to tell you that you didn't get to practice.
Yeah.
I really don't like it.
No,
The reason why I don't like
There's
it
a
is
reason why I
because
mentioned it. Let me say it. Now, the thing is, when you said your teams,
Yeah.
they're saying we really need to get to know that. This is to show you that we all have that problem. If we
Yeah.
can really, like, personally, I know that.
You
I
need
know
to
that.
do
And
Yes.
it's like,
yeah.
yes,
if we really put in the work, and what the results will show.
absolutely.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
this has been my problem for a while.
Yeah.
Just to put in time to practice.
Absolutely.
It's always been a challenge for me.
Yeah.
But man, we need to wake up.
Yeah, we need to do more. And
Yes.
I'm glad now that this is not coming from me, it's the feedback from the team.
Yeah.
And that's what really I love to see because even though it seems like we have won, of course we've won, we did well, but we still recognize that there's so much
True.
work to do.
True.
And I think that's a beautiful thing to also do continuous improvement every time and not feeling on top of the world because
Okay.
yeah.
So sorry for cutting this
That's all
entire
right.
team abruptly, but we will need to go at some point,
Absolutely.
and I think it's also best that we also encourage our viewers. What is that one thing that you would like to tell somebody watching you right now? About archery, people that are thinking about it, people that have not thought about it, people that have been in it and stepped out. What's
Yeah.
that thing that you want to tell them?
Well, I think it's much more about life, not just about archery. Anything that your hands finds to do it well, do it exceptionally
The
well.
Bible says that.
Yeah, so I think that's something I hold dear to my mind, to my heart. Uh, played Scrabble, played to the World Championship level, been a photographer, represented a global brand,
Yeah.
still represents, I'm a Canon ambassador
Yeah.
on the global level. So I also wish for us, even as a collective, even in Nigeria, to be able to. I've been studying India lately, and India has become a superpower in archery.
Yeah, actually,
And
we used to know them for cricket.
Yes, we can do what India is doing. We can do much more. I think we just need to be able to come together, synergize, and push more resources into talent development and elite performance. If we can do all that, I think with regards to archery, the skies are limit. And one last thing is I one of my agenda really, in terms of at least as long as I live and as long as I'm in archery, one of my goals in life in archery is to be able to make millionaires of archers in Nigeria so that archery will be looked upon with the likes of golf and tennis and with the big bucks when it comes
Yeah.
to sponsorship, when it comes to prize monies. We'll be able to boast of winning $10,000, $20,000 as a one prize money in archery in Nigeria. I think that's one of my goals, and I hope that this will be actualized eventually.
It's a solid goal because something like this can go a long way in not just yeah making people want to come into this sport,
Yeah.
because as we are right now, there are a lot of people that are still not aware of archery
Absolutely.
Yeah.
in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
So something like this can really bring it out more.
Yes.
And when we started the program, we talked about scholarship. So
Yes.
younger people can really go into archery when they
Absolutely.
get these funds. They can
Yes.
it will support them in a lot of
because
ways, especially in school.
impetus, yes, for them to do better.
So
Yeah.
it's really a very lovely initiative.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for
Thank you, Mr. Ali.
spending your time with us today.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jones.
Thank you, my man.
This is
Mr.
definitely just
Oyeleke.
part one
Yes,
of our sit with Emmanuel Oyeleke.
absolutely. There's a lot more to discuss.
Yes, there's a lot more to
A
discuss.
whole lot,
Like,
yeah.
like talking right now, I still have questions in my head, but whenever we get time next time, we're going to have
let's make it a session in June.
Yes,
Yeah.
in June.
Yeah,
Yes, please. Before we leave now, tell us about June.
About June, yeah.
June is the date I would always I dream about it. So we're hosting this second edition. Third installment. Yes, third installment, but the first one wasn't international.
Okay.
Second edition of the Zen Archery Lagos International Open Tournament, and it's gonna be amazing. Last year was great, and this year we are just going to top what we did last year, make it even better.
Awesome.
It's great that the level of archery in Nigeria is improving drastically. I think the level of organization also will have to improve drastically, and take a new life of its own. And we're working together. In so many ramifications, in so many areas, spectators, audience, the Archers experience, spectator experience. We're talking about accommodation, transportation, coordination, gameplay, and everything. We're hoping that everything can be drastically improved this year.
Awesome.
And hoping also that we'll have more prize monies than we've had in previous editions.
Awesome.
Yes.
So,
Once again, viewers, we've had Emmanuel Oyeleke with us on this segment, and like we've promised you, we're bringing him back to your screens very soon. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.